Welcome back to Defense News Weekly. I'm Diana Stancy. Hey there, Marine. Did you learn to shoot your rifle from a static position with unlimited time between shots? Well, hold on to your cover because things are changing for today's troops. The Corps is rolling out a complex new shooting assessment program that requires Marines to be fast, mobile, and accurate, and infantry units are the first to face the test. We talked to Military Times editor Todd South about what's driving the change and what the Marines hope to achieve.
Marine Corps marksmanship has long been the calling card of the every Marine or rifleman culture of this military branch. From infantrymen and snipers to administrative clerks and bulk fuel specialists, Marines of every stripe pride themselves on how well they can shoot. And how they've been trained to shoot on static, known distance ranges with stationary targets hasn't changed much in nearly a century. In recent years, though, the Corps has taken battlefield data and learned that its shooters need to adapt their training to modern combat. As usual, the grunts get to go first. New rifle training is set to roll out once new instructors are trained early next year. It's the Infantry Marksmanship Assessment, or IMA, and has been used in recent years at both the East Coast and West Coast schools of infantry. That evaluation will become the standard for all of infantry in the next 5 years, according to a new marksmanship campaign plan released recently by the Marine Corps Training and Education Command. This new shooting standard mirrors much of what the Marines unveiled in their annual rifle qualification changes back in 2021. The new qualification added moving targets, reversed the traditional order of shooting within 100 yards and then backing up to 500 yards as it used to be. Now it reverses, which means Marines will shoot like they do in combat, starting at 500 yards and moving inward as they do different shooting drills. The new qualification added a gas mask and nighttime shoots as well, because the enemy doesn't wait for daylight and neither do Marines. With the new infantry marksmanship assessment, the Corps is adding some more tech to gauge just how accurate Marines are firing. The Joint Marksmanship Assessment Program, or JMAP, creates a digital score sheet instead of relying on another Marine to manually mark their targets. Time will now also be a factor. Accuracy isn't just hitting the target or where you hit the target as a shooter. It's more how quickly the Marine fires and when they strike the target that now also matters. They'll need to keep that in mind as they reload under time pressure. Here are some of the features that Marines will face in the new assessment. The known distance traverse. This will see Marines fire 6 rounds each in 3 exercises at a steel target 100 meters away. They'll move to a barricade supported position to fire another 2 shots at a 200 meter target, and then move into a prone position to fire 2 more shots at a 300 meter target. The short bay distance sees Marines firing 5 rounds in a standing position, another 5 in a kneeling position, and then reloading to fire a final 5 rounds again in a standing position. Shooting on the move has Marines fire at 2 side-by-side targets while continuously moving. Those require 2 chest shots on each target, then 2 headshots on each target as well. Finally, manipulation and recoil control requires Marines to fire 6 rounds into the chest of a target and 4 rounds into the head. The idea is to get Marines ready to shoot under the likely conditions they will face should the United States face close combat in the near future against a peer military such as China or Russia. The Corps is now training its shooting coaches on the new assessment and methods to improve Marine shooters. The service is also developing a software application that will give shooters real-time feedback and ways to see how they stack up against other shooters in their unit or even on the Marine Corps shooting team. But don't ditch your range qualification cards and tricks and techniques just yet. Changes are likely ahead as the Corps rolls this out over the next 5 years. They expect to have all entry-level Marines on the new rifle qualification by 2029. And the assessment the infantry is now working through is expected to become the non-infantry standard as well. For Military Times, this is Todd South.